Hey, it's roll up to win time. Yay! And Jesse sent through something. Basically, Tim Hortons is now letting you know who's won what in your province when you open the app. So there's been a couple of Volkswagen all-electric ID Buzz Buzz-eye that have been won. Mm-hmm. A couple of Simon's shopping sprees. I don't know if you've been to Simon's. It's isn't Simon's the best? Thank you, Maddie.
Maddie loves Simon's.
Simon's is a department store out of Montreal, and they are taking over for where the other department stores kind of fell off. Awesome place to shop. Mm-hmm. And then there's also an NHL game day experience for two that has been won in Ontario, and more to win for you.
Which leaves us things like a Hisense TV, an all-inclusive vacation to win. Mm-hmm. Like we okay, I'm doing it. I'm rolling.
Hey, we all have
ND
Hisense TVs too.
Maybe. Okay, here we go. Okay, roll. Hey! I won a coffee prize.
Hey! Let's go!
Free coffee.
Hey, that's
what are you 2 for 3 on the show or 2 for?
I got a pretty good hit right. I'm rolling again.
Yeah, because you got a double roll when you order ahead.
Oh my gosh! I won again. 100 Tim's reward points.
Get out of here!
It's amazing. Now listen,
nice guy.
This episode is brought to you by Tim Hortons, and if you feel something exciting in the air, well, it's Jesse and roll up to win. But it also can be you too, because here's the deal. You go to the store, you get the cup, you can still roll up on the cup while supplies last. And if you order ahead, you get 2 rolls on the Tim Hortons app, which you should download because you're going to get your Tim Hortons points, and that will lead to more goodies. And again, roll up season is only around till March 22nd. There's only 11 days left.
Oh, heavens.
So don't wait until it's over to realize you forgot to play. Roll up to win, only at Tim's. Let's start the show.
S-D-P. The Steve Dangle Podcast with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Wow, Maddie came back and didn't even do the camera thing for the intro.
Oh, she can't hear it.
Oh,
Maddie. You forget how to work headphones?
Wow. No.
Oh, you go away for a little and you forget how headphones work.
I don't know what's going on. I don't have a degree. Help.
Starting the show with some massive news. There was an extension today, and one of the biggest free agents this summer is now officially off the board. Nicholas Schmaltz. It's
no Schmaltz deal.
One of the last 8-year contract extensions we will see. 8 times 8 with the Utah Mammoth, and he is having an outstanding year. 30 years old. This contract takes him to 38, so there's some risk, but the way the contract is, or the way the cap is going to explode over the next few years, Alan was saying on Twitter yesterday that starting this summer, the cap is expected to roughly go up $30 million in the next 3 years after this one. And this is after we've jumped $7 million year to year. So first off, there's going to be a lot of teams that don't spend to that cap. But number 2, Nicholas, congratulations to you. And I think as the cap goes up, the percentage against the cap matters less. And, then all of a sudden it's, 4 or 5% of your cap and you don't really care. So great signing by the Mammoth. The vibes are really, really good there.
Yes, they are. Every year there's a team near the bottom of the playoff picture who you just don't want to draw. I don't want to draw Utah. Nope. No thanks.
Yeah.
No, this has been coming on for a few years now, and looks like they finally arrived.
I'm kind of glad that they were able to he was able to stay there too, because I feel like him leaving would have just, I don't know, it would have been like, that would have been a legitimate step back, I think. And I think Utah probably recognizes, guys, that the next 4 or 5 years where, that's the bulk of his deal and so many others, your JJ Peterkas, your Clayton Kellers, that sort of thing. That is the window. That's the window. That's when you're going to win. If you're going to do it, it's going to be starting now and for the next 5.
Yeah, I do worry a little about, especially if you were a fantasy owner. Nick Schmaltz was early season darling. Mm-hmm. He had points in 10 of his first 11 games. He had a 4-point game in there. He had a 3-point game in there. He was pretty automatic, and he's slowed down in a big way. But he's obviously still.
Well, that's why it's not 10.
Right.
Because the guy plays center, right?
Well, the way he was performing, yeah. You know what? You're right. He would have made $10 million. Yeah, probably.
And that's he's obviously being valuable as a right shooting center as well. Listen, let's get into the deep depths. I can remember growing up, the first time I heard somebody mention that right shot defensemen were kind of important. And especially, it really didn't become like a thing. I can't remember it being a thing until the cap sort of took over. And even then, it was not something that people, handedness, you paid attention a little, but I could never remember at the trade deadline or free agency going, the Leafs need to sign a right shot defenseman.
A producer at the Fan told me that. He was a Habs fan. He goes, it's the Stefan Quintel tax, he called it.
Because you pay more.
Yes.
And I think teams always did. We just maybe didn't talk about it in the media. Being a right shot center is very important because teams have too many left shot centers.
Well, you start looking around the league and you're like, no one has one. Yeah. I think it's part of the reason Nick Waugh is like kind of the perfect storm of that's why you trade a guy like that. He has a year left. He's very affordable and he shoots right.
I do find it funny, by the way, on the Nick Waugh thing that we have now confirmed that the reason those picks became available to Toronto is that Calgary pulled out of the Kadri deal, the original one, and Calgary, who hate Brad Treliving, helped him.
For the first time.
Yeah. So I
Hooray.
think, listen, inadvertently, but it happened.
How did we make it about the Leafs?
I think
don't
right
worry.
there,
It will
right
be
there.
about the Leafs.
I think in a vacuum, the Nick Schmaltz deal looks a little suspect when you're looking at it on the surface because you're saying a 30-year-old who's having a career season, more goals this year than he's ever had in his entire career, now you're choosing to pay him. But when you go into the minutia of what they're doing there, you're paying Logan Cooley $10 million starting next year. That's your number one center for the future, right?
Oh, they locked him up already. I forgot.
Yeah. He's still on his $925 ELC, but next year that deal kicks in. That's your first line center forever. You know, he's going to be great. But Schmaltz is playing the first line role right now. He's going to slot into that second line center, and you're locking that assurance there where you have a veteran down the middle for the next 8 years, and he's going to be adequate in that position. And at that cap hit, the cap going up is a very good point that you're putting out there, Adam, because the $8 million isn't our $8 million. It's not the same price that we grew up knowing what $8 million is.
No.
That's the kind of the price of a second line center.
Yeah,
now.
and in $30 million time, it'll be the price of a third line center.
Exactly.
Which is what he will eventually become.
Yeah, that thing by the end of the 8 years probably won't look the greatest, but that's not really what you pay for when you sign these long-term deals. It's you sign for the shorter, the front half of the contract, really. And in that term, he'll be behind Logan Cooley or ahead of him like he is this year, and maybe probably still will be next year. And that's a good price.
Yeah.
That's fine. You've locked in your team there. That's good.
Yeah, they don't have a ton coming off the cap next year, but I was tickled when I saw they do have a player who they're paying buyout money to, and it's Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
love
totally forgot. Never once played a game in Utah with the Mammoth.
Do you think when he gets like the e-transfer, does it say from like Utah Mammoth LTD or something like that? Like, I wonder how when that drops into your account, does it say like Mammoth LLC, Ryan Smith like what is that? What is
because they took on all the contracts.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, he gets paid by the Utah Mammoth.
I honestly would love to ask players that. They probably were like, I don't even know how to log into my Easy Web.
It was part of the reason I wanted him to get traded and retained on, so he could collect checks from 4 teams.
Yeah, well, like Vinny LeCavalier did.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think
like
he
Chicago, Philly, Tampa, I think.
It was insane.
By the way, Nick Schmaltz in his career has played 4 total playoff games, and it was that infamous 16-17 Chicago Blackhawks series.
16-17. Oh my God, that was the Nashville one.
That's right, where they scored 3 goals in 4 games.
Oh, heavens.
So yeah, Nick Schmaltz did not get any points in that series. Not really a surprise. He was a depth piece at that point. So he will play some legitimate playoff games this spring, we think. I don't think Mammoth are falling out.
I would be shocked.
Yeah. And also, let's be honest, nobody wants the 8th seed in the Western Conference. They're all dying.
7th is fine.
7th is great. Oh, no, it's competitive for 7th.
Yeah, no.
Nobody wants the 8th.
3rd in the Pacific and 2nd wild card. No one wants.
No, and it's I don't blame them because who are you playing? You're playing...
well, potentially Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Well, 2nd wild card, no.
A 2nd wild card, you're playing Colorado.
Yeah.
But we could play 4 more games or we could go home a little early. Whatever.
That's why you got to get up there. You got to get up there.
Yeah. I think there's something like the league should be worried about the top 6 and what they're building in Utah because it's so solid and it's so young and like they could be a threat for a long while. And I know when Logan Cooley was out for a little bit, in the winter there. That Keller line with Schmaltz and Genther, they outscored opponents. The Athletic had it 29-11 at 5-on-5. So Nick Schmaltz, he's gotten some really good reps with Keller, and they have a lot of good chemistry. And Utah looks like they're going to be good for a while.
That D-core is a real thing of beauty. No, they're great. They're a real solid team.
Yep.
Real solid team.
Uyghur, Jersey, Schmidt, Marino, Cole, DeSimone. That's the D-core you're talking about.
That's
for
not bad.
anybody listening who can't see it.
Sorry, my bad.
Where's our guy, Sergachev?
He's press box because he's hurt.
There he is.
Lower body injury.
Oh, okay. He's still only 27. Unbelievable.
He's one of those a little bit of Sam Gagne syndrome, except he actually got to play in the playoffs. Yeah. No,
Vejmelka. Great season from him.
Dude, it's a very good team.
Okay, let's be honest.
Very good team.
Steve did have that years ago. He was like, this guy, Vejmelka.
He's a good goalie.
Vejmelka, back in, when they were the Coyotes, and Jesse and I are like, who? What?
Kind of leading the charge with there's a revolution out there. You got to be part of the revolution.
Okay.
The right catching goalie revolution. There's more and more every time I open my eyes.
Yeah, you do get that. Maybe we need a lefty and a righty goalie. Maybe that's the key to a Stanley Cup. Mess people up, kind of like pitchers, right?
Could be.
You have your starting righty, and then you got a lefty out of the bullpen who has a different delivery point.
Whoa.
Is it Seattle who's building the offhanded goalie revolution? Aren't DeCord and Grubauer both wonky goalies?
I don't think so.
Is it Seattle? No.
Oh, Washington.
Washington's it. Sorry, my bad.
Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren.
There we go. I know one team had just dialed in. This is going to be our thing.
Cornered the market on it.
Exactly.
Oh, you thought you were going blocker side. It's actually glove side, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey,
that must mean something.
I'm sure it does mess with you a little bit.
Like it's you. For a while there were 3 right-handed catching goalies in the league, and now we're really getting into the weeds here. But
it's a podcast.
There's definitely an explosion of it. Yeah, there were more growing up.
Yeah,
I thought Grant Fuhr was a righty.
Was Ken Reggett a righty?
I don't remember.
It was like one of it was like a Ken Reggett, Darren Pupa type of, Hockey Hall of guys in the early 90s. There was one of those Hockey Hall of goalie guys.
Yes.
Anyway, another thing to just let me sprinkle some vibes on you. Our boy Scotty Lawton's got 3 points in 2 games in Los Angeles. Had never had a multi-point game as a Leaf.
Dude, I said it last show. Craig Berube has a big problem with bottom 6 players. He doesn't know how to get offense out of them.
That's funny because that's all Brad likes to acquire.
Well, the Leafs have had a problem with that dating back to Sheldon Keefe. They don't know how to get quality out of their bottom 6. And we thought for a while it's because, you get what you pay for. No one down there makes anything. And now they do, and they were really solid defensive pieces, but they can't score.
William LeBlanc pointed this out yesterday. With his assist yesterday, Lane Hudson has officially the most assists in his first 150 games by any defenseman in NHL history.
NHL history?
In NHL history.
I thought you were going to say Montreal Canadiens history, which would be surprising enough.
That's just as impressive, to be honest.
Wow.
NHL history is mostly Montreal Canadiens history anyway. But yeah, pretty crazy. He's good.
Yeah, you think? I do.
Pretty good at hockey.
I do wonder about him. I'm fascinated and half want the Habs to go on a deep playoff run just to see what it's like. Because not for the first time last night, there was a funny interaction between Lane Hudson and Matthew Knies, where Knies just goes, "Go away," and knocks him down with ridiculous ease. But I mean, it's not like he's bad.
Bit of a size mismatch there.
Mismatch.
And
but
is that any way to treat your future teammate?
That I thought was just a stupid internet rumor, and now it's just it actually has legs.
Yeah. So before we get into the game talk, Jesse, you've heard this too. By the way, I do want to say Lane Hudson has played 147 games, so he can break his own record the next 3 games a few more times if he wants to. He has 116 assists in 147 games. Jesse, you heard the Originally it was a Kyprios report. I think CJ's talked about it. I think Free just talked about it. The Leafs in Montreal apparently got close on a deal.
So the way it shaped out, how everything kind of trickled out to the public is Saturday night, Elliot Friedman goes on Hockey Night in Canada during his 32 Thoughts segment with Ron McLean at Secondary Intermission. And he's like, I heard the Montreal front office, Kent Hughes and everybody was working on a big deal and it didn't get done. I'm not going to reveal what the deal was, but I hear something didn't get done. So then the week starts and Kipper and Bourne, they do their thing and they imply that it was Matthew Knies and then go all the way to talk about how it was Matthew Knies. And then CJ alludes to that it was Matthew Knies. And then Friedman has to come back and talk about the report. And he's like, yeah, that's what I heard too, but I called around and people denied it. So they told me, no, that's not true. That's why on Saturday I didn't. No.
All right. That's why on Saturday I didn't spill coffee on my.
No.
All right, pause the show. Jesse, would you say that Steve's handsome level has been upgraded today?
Yes, it's because he's wearing Dewar.
That's right.
What? Show off your Dewar clothes. What are you wearing?
Just a nice forest green quarter zip.
Ooh.
Here, do you want me to?
Oh, we're getting a little sexy
Oh,
there.
heavens.
Wow.
Oh, to Betsy.
Yeah.
It is the absolute perfect temperature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cozy and I love it.
Would you say that you also enjoy Dewar's performance denim?
I do.
Jesse?
That's on my bum right now. Actually.
You're okay. So you get the microfibers there, which are helping Steve regulate his temperature. You know he can get hot sometimes. So
even when my team's cold.
And listen, they've got these Cool Max fibers. That's the thing that helps you regulate temperatures, and also the antimicrobial part of this, which is you don't have to wash your jeans as much, which is kind of nice, right?
I haven't washed them since I got them.
There you go.
That's not true.
You might never wash your jeans again.
That's not true.
You'll love Dewar as much as we do. Dewar.ca/STP. You're going to get 15% off your first order. Don't wait. Go to Dewar, DUER.ca/STP for 15% off. That's Dewar.ca/STP. Oh, hey, look at that. We're back and we're clean. Look at how clean it looks. Never happened. Never flipping happened.
Was it on camera? You just went,
Maddie, how much of the knocking of the coffee did you
I
get?
didn't want to embarrass you, so I just got the reactions.
Oh, that's too bad.
But there might be some. You could check the end of it. Maybe there's the end.
Definitely embarrassing. Listen, if it's any of us.
I try to make you guys look good, you know?
Oh,
the whole point of the show is us embarrassing ourselves.
Leaning into the bad.
Yeah.
Jesse, what the hell were you talking about?
I was finishing up telling the story of Matthew Knies being a Montreal Canadian.
yes.
Because Elliot Friedman, I'm doing my hand thing.
Stop it!
Right next
Stop
to the
it!
coffee mug again.
No!
Elliot Friedman checked in on his report that he didn't want to go live with, and the people that he talked to said no.
I'm so bothered. Stop it.
So where do you guys land on the one, do you believe it? And two, would you have done it?
Oh, I 100% believe it.
I believe it.
Brad Treliving's been rumored to be in on everything. I'd fire him today. I'd fire him before the end of the show.
I don't think that was the question.
We didn't ask you though.
No, well, just so we're all clear, I'd fire him immediately. It's the easiest, simplest thing you can do to help this team right now. But in terms of Matthew Knies, the only, and I brought this up in LFR yesterday, the only piece the Habs have that makes any kind of sense for Matthew Knies is Michael Hage, which the Habs I don't think would ever do. I don't know why either team explored this. Now,
Really?
the reason why is because they probably weren't going to get a player like that. They were more realistically going after a package that involved David Reinbacher, and in which case I'll re-emphasize, fire Brad Treliving today. Today. It's dangerous. He's still the GM. Very nice man. Extremely nice man. Fire him today. It's dangerous for the future of this franchise that he continues to be the general manager of this team. Genuinely dangerous. Stop it. Please poke a hole in this plan, in this very simple plan.
I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
Fire him today.
We're not going there.
Why not?
Because we're talking about Matthew Knies. We've talked about this. We have. We've covered this. And it's not that I don't, but you go to the same place every time, and I hear you, and we hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody disagrees with you. You don't have to convince anybody anymore.
We all
agree.
guess I hold out hope someone might see
You
it.
think there's a Brad Treliving Stan account that's out there going, Steve Dangle's an idiot? I'm sure
all the 31 other teams who want him to stay employed by this one.
Well, yeah, maybe that's it. You know what? Maybe the pro Brad Treliving bot army will come for you. But I don't think anybody disagrees with that. I think the question is more, is Matthew Knies a guy that can help potentially retool this team quickly? And I actually happen to think that he can. But it's what you're spending those assets on. And I don't believe, and no offense, Canadiens fans, I don't think that the Canadiens have what the Leafs should be looking for.
No.
The guy that I would target immediately with a guy like Matthew Knies is a guy whose name is also out there, Simon Nemec. His deal is up at the end of the season. They've already paid Luke Hughes a fortune. They're trying to offload Dougie Hamilton, so they're going to offload Dougie Hamilton anyway. But Nemec's name was out there because I don't think they want to pay $10 million a season, which is probably maybe what he's going to come after. And I think the Leafs need a mobile defenseman. They need a guy who has the potential to be a number one defenseman. I don't know if Nemec clocks out as a higher than Morgan Riley type of player. I have no idea, on his trajectory in terms of, because nobody really does. But I can't imagine people are like, well, I'd really love to get a couple of picks, buddy. No, we're past the picks thing. We need, if we're going to get a defenseman, we need him young and we need him established in the NHL. Nemec fits that for me.
About Matthew Knies, at $7.75 million, you look at the deal Nick Schmaltz just got at 30 years old.
Yep.
In a career year, yes, he plays center, but that Knies deal is incredible value. And I know that's the reason why his name is out there. And that's why you would be able to take an established guy who is a second round pick for you and trade him for a right-handed defenseman who's a second overall pick. I think from the same draft.
Yeah.
Maybe even the same draft.
Might be.
But trading him in division, have you lost your mind? Are you out of your actual holy shitting mind? Who are you getting from Montreal that even sort of makes sense?
Habs fans brought up Alexander Zurovsky, who was the 34th pick in the
for Matthew
draft.
Knies.
Well, it would be like him and like either Caden Gooley and then a couple of
Reinbacher.
You're giving us
Not
that
Reinbacher.
guy and Reinbacher and sweetening it. You're insane.
Yeah, you can't get Reinbacher. That can't be the centerpiece of the deal. Reinbacher has been injured severely twice already.
Yes.
And I'm not saying he doesn't top out to be a great player. We just don't know. And that's a risk you cannot
He's
take.
an enormous risk. Matthew Knies, hey, look at him. He is.
And he's good.
Plays, is good. Big, huge, likes it here, cheap. What are we doing? What's the plan here? This is darker than the Nonis days. And I'm tying both conversations in, I know. At least I knew what kind of player Dave Nonis liked. At least when he acquired a player or traded a player away, I'm like, yeah, I know why. Who does Brad Treliving think is good?
Brandon Carlo.
Well, I don't think he thinks that anymore.
He thought that.
What kind of player does Brad Treliving think is good?
Big and rangy and slow and old.
So I'm not sure I care for either answer, because the answer is either I don't know what he likes or he likes bad players. Boy, oh boy. Knies is what you described, but good.
Yeah.
He's the good version of what you described.
And he's heavier than even most guys his size. That's the thing about Matthew Knies. It's not just that he's tall. And people who are watching Leafs hockey, you're probably not getting the best of Matthew Knies. The fact that he's got over 50 points with the knee injury he's had all year long. This guy's going to be a point a game power forward at $7 million with no trade protection.
I think he's going to be one of the players that benefits the most from having any coach other tthan Craig Berube.
Yeah.
Because
think more than Austin Matthews?
It's going to be Knies or Austin, because Knies is a player I should love watching play. and he's one of the players who actually tries to get a little creative. But when he's playing what his coaches told him to do, it's joyless, hateful hockey. I hate it. Okay, we're going to dump it, and I'm going to skate into a pick, and I'm going to try to get around it, and I'm going to be second to this puck for sure. And I'm going to be chasing it for the entirety of the time that it's in the O zone, which is not very much time. I'm going to chase it back to my D zone. I'm going to be exhausted by the end of my shift. He got trapped out there for 2 minutes last night. This is the Leafs' top line. It's miserable, joyless, hateable hockey that they have him and the whole rest of the team playing. And I can't wait for him to be freed.
I had a blast on the stream last night.
I bet you did.
Blast. Habs fans were in, and they were having a good time. It was fun. And listen, this story comes on the heels of what was a 6-game losing streak, now an 8-game losing streak. And I do think Matthew Knies is a guy that if he gets you need to start with a marquee young defenseman. If that's what he gets you, I'm willing to talk. But it can't be package of maybes, which is what I think is what it would have been for Montreal.
The list of players, like current NHL players, like not draft picks, names I would take for Matthew Knies is so small. So small.
Well, your price should be high. It should be like what Doug Armstrong is asking for guys like Robert Thomas. And I know Robert Thomas is a center, but Knies is younger, he's cheaper, and he is going to be a point-a-game guy.
Brad, would you have done the Rantanen Knies deal last year?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Mikko Rantanen.
Yeah, no. I'm outlining the type of player that you would have done that deal.
They made a mistake by not doing that. I'll be honest.
Well, they weren't able to.
No, they didn't offer Knies. They offered Cowan instead. That was the thing. So
I thought the thing was Marner wouldn't waive. Or are we talking about two different?
No. That was okay. So Marner wouldn't waive. But then Carolina came back and said, okay, would you do Knies then? And Toronto said no. and I listen, again, I love Matthew Knies. I've called him future captain material. I still believe that. But Mikko Rantanen was available, and you saw the playoff he had.
Rantanen could be now captain material. He's an all NHL player.
And from all reports, he would have signed here. It was Toronto or Dallas he would have signed.
So. Yeah, Luke Fox did a Matthew Knies article about like the trade stuff. And in it, he mentioned that deal. He said at the 2025 trade deadline, you may recall the Carolina Hurricanes reportedly asked Treliving for a then unsigned Matthew Knies when the Maple Leafs tried to pry away Mikko Rantanen as their Mitch Marner substitute. The Canes took Logan Stankoven as the centerpiece of the Rantanen trade to Dallas. Treliving at the time viewed Knies as near untouchable.
Yeah, you know who else wishes this deal happened? Carolina.
Yeah.
With all respect to Logan Stankoven, Knies would have been way better.
It didn't really hinge on Marner going to Carolina, right? It was the Knies piece going there for Rantanen, and then who knows what happened to Knies? Maybe Knies or Marner, maybe he gets circled around somewhere else, maybe to Vegas, eventually. Or
maybe they win and he just goes, you know what, I'm staying.
No.
It's that also is possible, right? There's many sliding doors here. And by the way, anybody listening to this who goes, I wouldn't have done it would have been Leafs would have had picks in this trade, but I wouldn't have done that Rantanen deal for Knies. You're not watching enough Mikko Rantanen.
No, you're simply not.
He's a top 10, sometimes top 5 player in the league. In the playoffs, he's always a top.
And there would have been some protection there when Mitch Marner leaves, right?
Yeah.
You'd have that core superstar player still in your lineup.
Well, at least we have. Bleh.
Exactly.
I'd feel a lot better.
It's now we're sitting there. Oh, at least we have Matthias Michelli and a gone now Nick Waugh.
And 7 minutes of Dakota Joshua every evening.
Yeah.
I love it. I watched last night. We don't need to break down the game. We all knew we were going to lose. 18 to 5 were the shots in the first period for the Montreal Canadiens. 18 shots is consequently what the Leafs got the entire game.
They had 2 shots in a third period they were losing every minute of.
Yeah.
No team has been outshot more this season than the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Hilarious.
I think they're at 47 games.
And they're on pace for 62 or something.
I don't know what that pace
crazy
is,
ass
but
number.
yeah, 47 right now.
What's been fascinating, where I think again, we started last show talking about whether the Leafs should fire Craig Berube. And I just want to thank our buddy James Myrtle in The Athletic, who posted an article saying it's time to move on from Berube. So, Steve, you in your friend group, you are now outvoted 3-1. Are you going to hold to this, keep Berube, and keep the tank on? Because in your corner, supporting you is an 8-game losing streak, which is good.
Right.
Because now the Leafs are a couple points out of being basement in the Eastern Conference. They are 7th best in getting the first overall pick odds. Now, it's only 6.5%, but that still puts you, that puts you even within striking distance of pick 3.
Listen, enough. Who's going to be Boyd Devereaux?
Oh, who screws it up? No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. I want to talk about
why?
This.
It has everything to do with what you're talking about.
I want to talk about because that is like Leafs poor management and bad luck, which I agree we're in that position.
Yeah.
But I really want to get your actual opinion on what they should do. Because I know you want to tell the Boyd Devereaux story, which is he scored a goal, it put them out of a spot to get
it. Scored 3.
Oh yeah, and then what did they miss out on?
Okay, if they lose the game that they were playing, their final game of the season that I was at against the Ottawa Senators. Senators had early career Brian Elliott, who was
outstanding.
He was friggin' awful. He was outstanding to watch as a rival. He was brutal. Boyd Devereaux, in his 600, I believe, game NHL career, had never once a day in his life scored an NHL hat trick. In the final game he ever played in his life, he scored a hat trick. That dropped the Leafs from the 5th overall pick, which would have been Braden Shen, who Brian Burke wanted, and gave the Leafs the 7th overall pick, which was Nazem Kadri, who he also wanted, but he wanted both. He wanted both picks. If you go back and watch footage of the 2009 draft, when the Kings drafted Braden Shen, he was the camera went to him and he was shaking his head at the table. He wanted Braden Shen bad.
This sounds like it worked out.
It worked out. They got Nazem Kadri.
Didn't work out for Brian.
What is this horror story? I don't know. I want
because someone on the final day of the season, here's where it's a horror story. In this year's version of the horror story, they have a chance to get the 5th overall pick.
Sure.
Someone's going to score a hat trick. It's going to drop to 7th, and it's going to go to the Bruins.
I want that to happen. We're going to do this a million times. We've already done it a million times. I don't understand why there is such confidence in the Toronto Maple Leafs that they will be good next season and the year after. If you do not give the pick this year to Boston, there's a chance that the Leafs, when bad, and still this bad, not just next year, but in 27 and 28, do not control their own pick and have to give those 2 picks either one of the years. They're going to get the option for which team they want to give to which year, which is, we get to control something. They could give those 2 years picks, which could be both first overall, to Boston and to Philly.
You have to take the keys out of Brad Treliving's hand. Like, what a madman.
I would rather you give this year's to Boston and at least you get your first round pick back earlier.
So I agree with you. And I agree Craig Berube should be fired. I agree with both you gentlemen across the board on this topic. I think the decision is already out of their hands. I don't think they're capable of winning enough hockey games to right this ship. I also don't think now 17 games, we're running out of games here. 17 games of Derek Lalonde tells you anything. I don't think it tells you anything about any of your players.
I go back to, so Jake Quillen lost an early face-off in the neutral zone against Montreal.
Yeah.
And he didn't play a shift until midway through the 3rd period. And he had 2 or 3 more shifts the entire game.
So you were doing the stream.
Yeah.
Did you see this part where the Sportsnet broadcast focused on how much everyone on the Habs bench, St. Louis and all his assistants, talk to the young players on the bench and encourage them and walk them through what they're supposed to do?
I didn't, but please continue.
Well,
I like where you're going.
That's it. Hey, young team full of young players who we want to be good older players one day. So we develop them. So we actually water the plant instead of just leaving it in the sun to die.
Why would you leave? Here's what I think they should do. You ready?
Right.
They're already terrible.
Right.
I knew they were going to sink like a rock without Lawton and Waugh because those were two of the sticks holding this friggin' thing up.
Yeah.
And they're gone.
Yeah.
And now you've got an opportunity to go, all right, Willie, we know you've been struggling with a groin injury. Sit down. Austin, we'll see you next year. OEL. You've been hurt. We'll see you next year.
So this is a hybrid.
Sit them all. Sit the core guys are going to be here. OEL will be here.
Yeah.
Willie will be here. Austin will be here. Morgan, sorry, you're still playing. Some of
That
the other
helps the tanks.
John Tavares has still got to play. Okay, because he's not core 4 anymore.
Sure.
But we need guys who just let me look at Will Villeneuve. I know what I got with Simon Benoit. I know what I got with UFA Troy Stetcher. I need to know what William Villeneuve. What about Luke Hames?
I was so discouraged yesterday by how many people, and I'm not criticizing these people. It's about the way the team is covered and about the way the team has treated these players. But how many people were like, we had a player killing it in the AHL this entire time.
Yeah.
Who's a center and is 26.
Yep.
And we didn't use him once.
And he was good.
First game.
And Berube gave him the back tap. So he played over 10 minutes.
Oh, he's a great player.
Great hands. Like a couple of those plays where he's going through Montreal's
Almost scored.
defense there is fabulous stuff by Bo.
He's a good player. Bo Grew. He's going to steal the moon and is third in the AHL in goals.
Mm-hmm. It's good to see him like get a bunch of minutes and Berube give him a shot. Jacob Quillen, by the way, Adam, did play in the second period.
Mm-hmm.
You said he was benched there.
Oh, he played like a couple of shifts.
Yeah, he had 3 shifts. You want to bring
Remember,
up
he lost
there.
he lost the. I said at the beginning of the third, he lost a face-off, and then when did he play again?
A beginning of the third.
Beginning of the second. Excuse me.
Beginning of the second. He played a couple more times in the second there.
Okay.
And then
Piddly shitty shifts.
Yeah, the
Look how
overall
long they are.
the overall time on ice at even strength is 6 minutes and 37 seconds. And then he had a minute 48 on the penalty kill. You want to see more out of
that. That's all I'm saying.
You
Like,
know? Totally.
I count 5 shifts over 40 seconds
Yeah, it's unacceptable
out of 17.
to not just see what you got out of the maximum amount you can of these young guys.
Didn't he? There's a P there. Didn't he draw that call?
Yes.
He drew a penalty.
And Craig, here's the reason. Craig's not going to do that because Craig needs to win because Craig's looking for his next job and he knows it. He's not stupid.
Okay.
And he should get another job because I don't think this team was a match. Like somebody will hire this man this summer. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I look at this and I go, why can't we have a look at some of these players? I need to know what you have with Quillen. Here's the thing about Quillen. It's so funny, right? People are like, well, why are they sitting him? And I asked Habs fans this on the chat. I said, what did you guys think of Quillen so far? And they're like, well, he just seems to make mistakes that normal veterans make. And I'm like, I'll do you one better. He makes mistakes that rookies make.
Yeah.
He wasn't out there long enough for a proper evaluation of
the
opposing team to have an opinion on him.
So then we have to wait till training camp. And training camp's not really a good eval, right? It's not.
You get fooled every year.
Every year you get fooled. Oh, somebody goes off in training camp. Oh, they're going to be great. No, they stink.
Brendan Manel, power play quarterback.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Bob Wren, if you want to go way back. WREN, look it up. Monster. There was like a Don McLean who was also had a monster preseason for the Leafs.
How about the monster, Jonas Gustafsson?
There you go. Jesse's got his jersey. My point is,
Oh, yeah.
Bo Grew had a good
50,
game.
right?
Yeah, number 50.
Yeah.
Bo Grew had a good game. I don't know if Jacob Quillen could have had a good game. I'd like to see what Luke Hames looks like. I'd like to see Barbolini.
Oh, hey. Is
he
even under an NHL deal?
I don't know.
If he is.
Easton Cowan did play 18 minutes, which is awesome.
Yeah, and he
Big
moved him
step in
up
the right direction.
because Michelli was not having it, and Domi didn't have it.
And
either.
how'd he play?
Who, Michelli or
No,
Cowan?
friggin' Cowan.
Hey, he
Played
got an
great.
assist.
Oh, my God.
What Craig is doing here by playing Cowan 18 minutes and him being awesome in those 18 minutes is making himself look stupid when he scratched him out of the Olympic break for so long. Like we were all screaming, why is this young player who needs ice time not playing hockey? And Craig's just like, I don't know. I'm going to keep him scratched. Also, when I play, I'm going to play him 8 minutes. And then now he's playing 18 and he looks amazing.
And he looks great. Can you help me with something?
Sure.
Don't help him.
Cowan
Don't help him.
was sent down. I think it was a paper transaction.
Yes.
He's eligible to play in the American League
That
playoffs,
was
right?
on the trade deadline day because that's where the rosters for the AHL playoffs freeze. They
Got
shut
it.
him down
Yeah.
and then called him back up just so he can be eligible for the playoffs, which is cool.
Thank God.
Yeah.
He's
Thank-
negligible.
you know what, man?
The Leafs organization thought of something ahead of time and
Thank
planned.
God. Well, and here's the thing, like, why don't they try this guy, that guy, that guy? That's not Berube. That's Brad. He calls the players up. He sends them down. It's Brad. Now it's Craig's decision to bench him.
I think Brad might be at the point where like, okay, Craig's just not listening to me, which is true.
Yeah.
Right. So
Fire him.
Oh.
I'm open to it, fellas. I'm open to it.
We're not open to it 2 days ago. You were like, no, tank command. You're wearing green today because you're tank commander.
That's right.
Shoot that guy.
Yeah.
I think you got to be like, you got to look at this. And like, here's another name. Friend of the show, Movember candidate, Michael Pizzetta. Yeah. Get him some Leafs ice time.
I
Sign
totally
here to play for the Leafs.
Totally agree with that. I think he would have got a call earlier this year had he not been injured so often.
Sure.
He had like 2 kind of major injuries. I'm very excited Bo Grew got to play his first game in Montreal. And I'm excited. I really, really, really hope he plays tomorrow because it's against his former team.
Right.
The Ducks. They're starting to do something like, God, it's funny. It's like riding a bike. Mm-hmm. I remember all this. I remember being like, hey, they lost 6-1. But this guy who played 8 minutes, he's got a future, right? Looking at all these individual performances, it's one of the things I'm so disappointed with this decor. Ugh. What is the point of any of this?
Yeah, no, it's been stale for many months now.
And it's the same as it was before the deadline. That's crazy.
You know what I love too? I have to throw this in there. Same with the first power play unit, who can get nothing done. They'll never put Oliver Ekman-Larsson with that power play unit. And when the second power play unit gets out there, what happens? Nick Robertson had a beautiful opportunity, broke his stick.
I would.
They were way better.
Do you remember when Morgan fell down?
Yeah, and then
I felt bad for him, but it was kind of funny.
Craig Simpson was like, you know what though? Like, good on him for like getting his hand out there, and I was like, oh boy, so that's where we're at, huh?
He called it like
he's like, yeah, he fell down for no reason, but like he prevented a breakaway. It's the power play. Holy shit!
I think he referenced it. He was like a shortstop, when he's going to the hole, trying to make a dive and stop, and he stops the ball. But I was like, but he threw himself down.
Man, it's so tough.
It's not great.
No, you're
it's like
right.
when you spam the dive button in NHL 25. It's just like
yeah.
Oh hell yeah, that's my game.
Hit an R1L1.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah. Forget what it is.
Like you can scratch. You can scratch a Stetcher for a game or two.
I mean, they already did.
Yeah, or a Ben. Like, get a kid in there, man. Brad has signed 45 defensemen.
Mm-hmm. Even Marshall Rafai could get a look, right?
Give us anything, anybody. Anything that makes these next 17 games worth watching, because it ain't the prospect that the team might win.
Well, and I think that's the thing, right? You now have an opportunity to take 17 real NHL games where teams will be very competitive. Some people were like, oh, it's garbage time. And I get that. If you're playing the Flyers and Rangers like the Leafs did last year in New Jersey, okay, it's garbage time. I got you.
Yep.
If you're playing Ottawa, if you're playing Tampa, if you're playing Montreal, this is not garbage time.
Anaheim.
Yeah, and we got a full, and they're playing Anaheim tomorrow.
That was an important game for Montreal. They lose that, and they have the Sens tonight. You imagine the Habs lose that game, and then they lose this?
Yeah. Look at what Detroit's lost the Panthers twice in a week, and look at how that's affected them.
And they don't have. I think Larkin's out.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah,
Gibson.
This is like
it's squeaky. Oh my God, Ehlers last night. Like, these games are life and death for so many teams.
So throw some kids out there.
Yes.
So we agree.
The Leafs' next 7 games.
Yes, I think we've agreed this whole time.
Playoff teams.
Sorry?
The Leafs' next 7 games are against playoff teams.
Oh my God, walk me through it, please.
Oh, you want to know?
I want to know.
We'll play a game called Would Vegas Win?
Anaheim, Buffalo, Minnesota.
Okay. Sorry.
Islanders.
They might
Carolina.
beat Anaheim. They're getting killed by Buffalo.
They're not going to
murdered.
Are you freaking kidding
They're
me?
getting curb stomped by the Wild.
Islanders.
That might be a competitive game.
Hurricanes.
Killed.
Senators.
Probably killed.
And Bruins.
Killed.
Those are all teams in contention for a playoff spot. Then you get the Rangers.
Rangers at home is interesting.
They could beat the Rangers, but maybe not.
They lost last week.
So this is hilarious. So they had all these games against literally the shittiest teams in their conference.
Yep.
Now they've lost all of them, so they're shittier than all the teams that they played in their conference. And they get to play all playoff teams. Guys, if you want a nice, crispy 15-game losing streak, we are right on track.
Crispy.
It's going to be delicious.
What's the record?
It's 10. 10 is the most
All
in Leafs
time?
history. In Leafs history.
That's it?
10 straight losses. It's a lot.
Yeah, but like for a team that's been around for 105 years.
And lost as much as the Leafs have.
Yeah.
I want to say their win and loss streak is both 10. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they were 10-0-0 to start us.
No, we could do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now I'm rooting for 10. Let's three more.
Let's beat the Rangers at their own game.
Yeah.
We're unintentionally bad, better than you.
3 more is not hard. You just got to lose to the Ducks, Sabres, and Wild? Like, come on.
Years ago, I think this was for the Ovi draft, the Penguins and Capitals were calling up like their third and fourth goalies to play against each other in an effort to tank, which is hilarious because the Leafs' best strategy to tank would be not calling up anybody.
Play your lineup.
Just play your lineup. Yeah. There were like 5 guys dressed last night. Joseph Woll was one of them. Only reason the game was even remotely close. Bogru looked nice. Robertson's like their hardest working player.
Mm-hmm.
OEL. I like that McCabe stuck up for Cowan. Oh, Cowan.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot to watch, man.
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
And I think you don't need to fire all these guys out the door. Like, I do think you guys know this. I mean, it's time to move on from Morgan Riley. You've heard me say that a million times. I don't need to say it anymore. But, the rest of them, I'm like, I'd just like to see what you look like under a different guy.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Simon Benoit get back to what he was a year and a half ago. He seems confused out there. Troy Stetcher started here really great, and then he got coached by Craig Berube, and he's fallen off. And
that's so interesting. That's such an interesting thought that he came in with someone else's tutelage, and that's why he looked good, and then he got here.
And that's Chris Knobloch's tutelage, who Oilers fans are pissed with.
Or whoever was managing the Oilers D.
Yeah, that's true. And it wasn't Coffey at the time.
No, I don't remember.
But it was Coffey before, and he'd been managed by him before.
And maybe this is another thing, like in terms of what I'd like the Leafs coaching staff to look like next year. Mm-hmm. I'm obviously open to bringing back Steve Sullivan. Mm-hmm. He just got here.
I don't think his results have been very good, Steve.
No, they haven't. I'm open to it, but I'm not like enthusiastic.
He might go back
to
the Marlies.
Yeah, I'm not enthusiastic about it. Lalonde, as the PK coach, has earned himself another look.
Yeah, it's the top 3 or 4 in the league.
Yeah, 100%. Sure. Van Ryn, Berube, obviously. Like
the St. Louis connection needs to be gone.
That's enough.
And then bring in Doug Armstrong. But no! I think no! It's now it's about individual performances, and this is why I keep stressing we need to see the individual performances. People are like, "Oh, I saw Austin Matthews in the dressing room; his shoulders taped up." I'm like, guys, that can be soreness. That doesn't mean necessarily an injury, although it could be.
That's so preposterously common, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop.
People do that all the time at like beach volleyball. Like it's not that crazy.
I've used KT tape. It feels good. I like it. I don't care if it's a placebo or whatever.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like a wrap. It was literally the KT
It's
tape.
KT tape.
Yeah, like people use that.
So it looks worse than it is. It's fine.
So why are we exposing, like, I think Austin Matthews, I think there's still a killer in there.
100%.
But there's a lot of people who doubt that. There's a lot of people who say, I don't know. And I can't really fault them.
Oh,
again, I compared Berube to what Dale Hunter did that 1 year to Alexander Ovechkin. And
he's written off so many times over the course of his career.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
And so I think that
There's
is
some embarrassing press clippings.
But here's what I need
about Ovi.
I need to know that. So if you're to let Berube go today and Lalonde takes over tomorrow against Anaheim, play Matthews a few more games. I go, yep, there he is. Okay, Austin, back to the training table and get healthy. Is it a wrist? Is it a back? Is it a shoulder? Is it a knee? Whatever it is that ails you, I want you coming into training camp next year absolutely ripped, like in crazy good shape.
Like an old shirt.
And I want you to be healthy and feeling good, like it's your first training camp. Willie as well. Mm-hmm. OEL as well.
I think there's personally more urgency to sit Willie. Just because, like, Matthews, people think he's hurt. Willie's hurt. Like, confirmed, we know he's hurt. Mm-hmm. But
Well, why would you expose them to?
I agree.
What do these games matter?
I agree.
For these guys, it doesn't matter.
The only thing is, like, I like Jesse's idea that, like, hey, let's actually try to win some shit. But, like, they're not going to.
No, they can't. Even when they try to, they can't.
They're not going to.
You just don't believe in anything in the roster, and I don't blame you.
Yeah,
No.
Joseph Woll put up a 938 last night, and they still lost.
Legitimately incredible
It's ugly.
performance. Like, such a good performance. There's another guy. Teams are kicking tires on Joseph Woll. I'm begging the Leafs to release trade deadline footage. They're not gonna.
No.
Or I'm begging teams to release their deadline footage of the trades they completed with the Leafs so that we can see just how much time they friggin' wasted on nothing. On nothing. On stuff that not only didn't happen, but was never going to happen.
And when the story's written about this season, I think in retrospect, everybody will realize the season was lost in November. That's when October through November really is when the Leafs had the lightest schedule in the NHL. They were at home a whole bunch and the games were really spread out. And we watched all those games and they kept losing. And it was consistent time after time after time. And we're like, okay, no, they might get it together. But the roster was never there from the start.
No.
I wonder if Anthony Stoller saw it early. I wonder if
He did.
there
Oh, I
was
think he
something in
did.
the back of his mind that he knew if we don't get this thing together and everybody doesn't turn around, this season's lost. And when he called them out early on,
And then had to walk it back, Jesse.
because
Had to walk
you
it
can't say anything to NHLers. Like these guys, like you can't in public say anything to these guys and let the media know that you're upset.
Yeah.
They're so soft.
Just ask Patty Maroon, who never fucking played here.
They're so unbelievably soft. So he had to walk it back to the media. But I think he saw it and I think he knew, and the season was lost then. That's when they had to rack up their wins. And then the season got hard and they won a couple games and then it got harder and they've lost even more.
That infamous game against Seattle where Mason Marchment ran over Anthony Stollers. Do you remember what I asked for or what I hoped for from that game before that game even happened?
No.
Was that when we were at the rec room?
That was when we were at the rec room.
That's
it was a live
that's,
show.
That's what, yeah. So, yeah.
What happened?
Do not remember.
I said, we're still waiting for the defining moment of this season. And that's when one finger on the monkey's paw curled because I got exactly what I asked for. That game set up the entire rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I also
That one game, you let the Seattle Kraken ruin you. You suck.
and then traded them Bobby McMahon.
Yes, you did.
I do want to touch on, I think, another hinge point in this season. It came to a head around Christmas time, and the pressure was enormous.
Mm-hmm.
And the Leafs relented and fired a coach, but not the coach. And I think, again, sliding door moment, I think that you probably have a different January, February. Well, February doesn't really count because it was like 10 days, but January was okay for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I think these guys are done with this coach. I think they were done coming out of training camp. I think they were done. They're not, we don't want to play this way. Jay Woodcroft, Edmonton. The difference was in Edmonton, they fired Jay Woodcroft 20 games in. They had action.
I think it was less.
And people are, again, I'm gonna repeat this till I'm blue in the face. The reason, so Connor McDavid has had a couple more coaches, I believe, than Austin Matthews.
I think it's 5 and Matthews is 4, if I'm not mistaken.
4. Babs,
Keefe, Berube. Oh, once Berube is fired, which he's going to be,
So
it'll be 4.
Yeah, but it's 3 now.
Yeah.
And the reason that Edmonton did that was because the best players on their team, who are the 2 best players in the world, look like shit. Look like total shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it the players who are amazing?
Right.
Or is it the system that this coach, who will not move off this system because of, I think, ego? Is this what's going on here? And
It's
and
like
lo and behold, Jay hasn't worked as a head coach since because of that incident. And I do think if the Leafs had an opportunity to do it, people go, well, who do you get? Well, I think he would melt in this media market, but Pete DeBoer is right there. How about this? Interview people, talk to people, have an interim coach in Derek Lalonde, and then go, Unfortunately, this is what we're going to do. It's interim coach time.
Behave like any business.
I don't think Rogers likes interviewing people for their open positions. They knew Keith Pelly from when he ran Rogers Communications. They knew Brad Treliving because he just got fired in Calgary, and they're like, oh, let's just do Brad because we fired Dubas randomly a couple days ago. Let's just bring him in. And then Craig Berube was just like, okay, we're getting the guy who won. Bring him in.
Yeah.
I don't know if they go through this interview process.
Jesse, change the subject quick.
That's way too dark for Steve's.
We can't do it.
Let me tell you about a book I read.
No, we can't. No,
let me tell you about a book I read.
No, we can't. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
You want to reminisce, Steve?
Yeah, I'd love to, man.
Okay.
You want to get a good shave, but you don't want to pay a fortune for refills, right?
No.
And also like the plastic things that we get now. Like, what are we doing here?
I need something substantial.
You do. That's why you need Harry's Plus, okay? Harry's Plus has an advanced pivoting system, helps you reach every corner of your face, refined blades for a closer, smoother shave, and a weighted metal handle. It's Harry's heaviest handle ever for that added control and comfort, because you don't want it waving around. You want to know. You want it to feel substantial.
I'm holding it's not a razor, it's a tool.
That's right. With Harry's Plus, you get barbershop quality shaves with German engineered blades, and each blade is honed at 3 different angles to cut hair cleanly at the root without tugging, because that's the worst feeling ever. We all hate that. Now, how about this? For a limited time, our listeners can get the Harry's Plus trial set for $10 at harrys.com/SDP. This set includes an all-new Harry's Plus razor, 1 refined 5-blade cartridge, a 2-ounce foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect those blades when you're on the go.
Steve, can I borrow $10?
Yes.
That's nice. Just head to harrys.com/SDP, claim the offer, makes a great gift, and after your purchase, they'll ask you about where you heard from them. Please support our show and say, Steve Dangle Podcast.
And Steve might give you $10 to pay for it.
I don't know about that.
Just ask him. Are you comfortable watching old Steve Dangle?
Oh, I'm not.
Yes, of course. Yeah, look at him. Look at that baby face.
Okay.
Look at that.
So
I'm never going clean shaven ever.
So the last time the Leafs had an 8-game losing streak, it was...
Oh, was this at the end of the 13-14 season?
13-14, correct.
Yes.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yes, they lost
I drank
a
whiskey
game.
out of the bottle on camera.
They lost a game 4-2 to Detroit, and that was their 8-game losing streak. That was the last time they lost 8 in a row. Here is your LFR after that game. Are you comfortable watching?
Hell yeah.
No. Press play.
Here we go.
People have been asking on Twitter, are you just going to get hammered this episode? It's my house, Randy. Don't be such a bitch about it. Gotcha. Jesus. You serious? Mind blown. I need idea. I'm dumb. Delete hard. We get to the game, please.
That's all footage from my old camera. So I know this was the season that I moved.
You got to let yourself talk.
No, I don't want
It's very confusing for people listening when you talk over yourself. Let yourself talk for a little, and then let us react.
If you want to do a meta reaction video where you talk about your fucking camera equipment, Steve, you can do that on your own time. This is the Steve Dangle Podcast, and we expect more, and we expect better. Jesse, play that fucking video.
Okay, let yourself talk for a little, okay? I know. Okay, here we go.
Even watching this video, you sick, twisted bastard. It's 8 straight. 8. This began as a series of video blogs about the Toronto Maple Leafs and their games. And what it has become is the chronicles of a soul dying and a man driven to drinking whiskey shots on camera. That took more than 1 take, by the way. I hope you appreciate that. I screwed up after the shot and I'm like, but I don't have any other ideas. So I had to do it again, twist my arm, you know. I can't drink you away. I've tried Jack, I've tried Jim. Oh God, won't the Leafs win? You know what? The Leafs are cold, and I'm chilly. I'm gonna put something on. Do you mind? Oh, it's just my Marie-Philippe Poulin jersey. You know, she played for Team Canada, a team that won a thing. I should take this opportunity to say, Leafs lose 4-2 to the Detroit Red Wings. I never said the score. You know what's important. That was a sick pass by Morgan Riley. Am I right? So anyway, got a text from my buddy at 2:49 a.m. It's currently 3:55 a.m. We record the podcast at noon. Here's your challenge of the night. Think of a new way to tell your fans the Leafs suck. I am not going to resort to hokey jokes about how bad the Leafs suck, okay? Although I did hear this one rumor. I heard between April and June, a lot of Leaf fans get pulled over for speeding because that's the only way a Leaf fan will get a ticket during the playoffs. You see? You get it. I tell you what, here's how bad the Leafs are. They've now lost 8 straight games. Let's go back in time. Remember in the 09-010 season, the very beginning of it, the season the Leafs acquired Phil Kessel, but he didn't play the first little while because of shoulder surgery. Well, the Leafs lost their first 8 games of the season. Remember how bad that team was? That team was bad. I dare say that's the worst Leaf team I can think of. Now, remember how I said they lost 8 straight to start the season? Well, technically true. They lost their first game in overtime, which means they got a point. 1 out of a possible 16, but they got it. You know how many points out of the last 16 the Leafs have gotten? None. So technically, if we're...
Thank you for stopping it.
Ouch.
I think that's enough, Steve Dangle.
Oh, I liked it.
You do, in this era of LFR, you do a lot of, well, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Millennial on YouTube.
Did you guys pick that up?
Oh, my God.
Well, let me tell you about this little
It was 12 years ago. Times were different. Humor was different.
I don't know if you know this, but
No. It was a lot of Icon has YouTube humor and talking about how dogs are chunky. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, God, this is terrible. This is friggin' horrible.
Whoa, princess.
This is when YouTube was good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It was, a good
It was
era.
so silly, like
Yeah.
It was it's so much more casual.
yeah.
It's so shit now.
didn't
Turn
realize
this
the-
video off.
We didn't realize
This
the
is
alt-right
bullshit.
era was upon us. Right
I
after
would
that.
have eaten that content up.
I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
would.
Like-
No, this is great. There's a reason you're a very successful YouTuber, Steve
Shut
Dangle.
your friggin' mouth.
You know, it's hilarious too. I love those old videos because it's before Steve Dangle discovered white balance. And I think, yeah,
white
look at-
balance,
Look at
haircut.
Your haircut's suspect.
Your haircut's always suspect though.
It's
You've gotten better.
No,
Adam, would you believe me if I told you almost every item that you see in the background of that video I still have?
Oh, I'm not surprised. Some of that probably is behind me now in my
Yes,
studio.
it probably is.
They're probably still in the same spot.
Probably some of it's probably at Sportsnet's too, right? Don't you think?
yeah.
Yeah, they stole a couple things of mine.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
So-
So you can keep the Patrick Laine figurine. I don't need it.
So all I want to say is this. Let me see some of these young guys. Let me see more Bo Grews, right? Like that. Now, moving on to other things, unless you have more Leaf stuff.
Other side of the game. Cole Caulfield. That illness thing was very weird.
Yeah,
The broadcast kept trying to find a way to blame Martin St. Louis. You wouldn't have seen this, but they kept trying to look for something where he's punishing Caulfield. Like they kept going back to that, like, oh, what did he do earlier? And he's being benched. And then eventually, when he got out for the power play and he started stretching when there was like a TV timeout, they're like, oh, he's actually hurt. And they found the reason that he was out. And I think now they know it's because of an illness that's been going around the Canadiens dressing room.
Got it.
So
I wonder if he plays today.
yeah, it's a very big matchup.
It is.
Dobish taking the reins there in Montreal.
His glove was on fire last night.
It's early on, like, sorry to McDonald's. I know Sam Montembeault is the marketing star and he gets the mini stick, but Dobish is taking the reins there.
I got to tell you something. Sam's time in Montreal is coming to a close pretty quick here.
He got waived today.
Oh, because Cam Fowler's up anyway. Or Jacob Fowler?
Jacob Fowler.
Cam Fowler.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
different
the other Fowler.
Yeah. And like that was a competition coming in and early. And one guy was the number one, I think, when it all started, and that was Montembeault. And credit to Dobish for being what Montreal needs during this push here. And that's solid goaltending. And he has been that lately.
Yeah, he hasn't been like otherworldly either, but his record is, I mean, it's proof that he's enough. He's enough. He's been fantastic.
Yeah. And the Montembeault thing, it's like, you think that Montreal's found something. It just kind of never really worked out. And he's had so many kicks at the can, so many shots at it.
I thought it was
that we kinda
premature
know.
that they put him on Four Nations too. I'm like,
Yeah.
everybody's
you
like, oh no,
hated that.
Monty's he's a lock. I'm like, really?
That's Adam's white whale. Like, he's hated that forever.
Well, Logan
Chasing
Thompson's
that
right
one.
there, like, well, Logan doesn't like being a backup goalie on Team Canada.
I
Get
think
out of
he would
here.
have figured it out.
Kemper was
I mean-
also outstanding last year. He could have gone.
Yeah.
By the way, Fowler is a job description. What does a Fowler do?
Something with ducks.
It is birds. Someone who hunts wild birds for food.
There you go.
Wow, there you go. I just thought because there's a bird-related tie-in for you.
And you guys know how much I love Jacob Fowler and how much of a gamer I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, when you brought him up, I think it was last year, Montreal fans lost their mind. They're like, Jesse knows the system.
No puck knower.
Montreal again.
Yeah.
I'm Jesse. Jesse keeps pandering to the Canadians fans. I'm kidding.
But they're so Jacob Dommage is 24.
I know. I hate it.
And Fowler's 21.
Jesse.
What the fuck's
Stop.
Montreal?
Stop.
It's unfair.
Hey, I hate it.
It's unfair.
I want to
Thanks to the Rangers for letting Tom Wilson completely destroy their franchise and firing a GM who didn't deserve it.
Oh yeah.
no kidding, right?
Yeah. That's
kidding.
all. That's all the guy.
And
That's Jimmy Dole.
plunk them
The
right
only
in our
reason-
division. Thanks.
The only reason the Rangers were good is because of Jeff Gordon.
Frig off.
The only reason.
100%.
And then they fire him and they get instantly bad. It's almost like the Leafs and Dubas. Anyway,
James Dolan's a crazy man. Doesn't know what he's doing.
no, he doesn't care though. Oh man, did I wake up and fart another $1 billion out? Yeah, that's crazy. I think when you have that kind of money, that's just the way it is. But I look at the Canadiens team, and the other guy I'd like to shout out, Jesse, is Oliver Kapanen.
Yes.
10 first period goals, leads the league.
Drinks on Ollie.
Almost had another one. And I kept saying before the season started, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's a lot to put Oliver Kapanen in that 3C spot, whatever. Deneau is fourth line. Evans is third. Kapanen is, I don't think they need to go up and make a trade now.
He's their fourth leading goal scorer.
That's awesome.
On the Montreal Canadiens.
What a season.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And he's because there's so many good rookies this year that he's kind of being left aside, but he's right up there with all the rookies.
Yep.
And, impressive performances.
Good,
He's been fantastic.
Good Cy Young candidate. 20 goals, 13 assists.
Oh, hey. I also want to say that I do think, Matthew Schaefer's stealing a lot of thunder from a lot of other great rookies this year. And we won't do it today, but I want to do a segment on great NHL rookies so far this year because I'm going to need Kapanen to get some flowers. I need Beckett Seneca to start getting some headlines here. What the fuck, man?
There's just
this guy was an Oshawa general. He played in Ontario.
Yeah, but
Did we talk about this?
It's duck blindness. They are going to hammer the Beckett Seneca button come playoff time. Watch.
Okay, well they should. I'm really excited about him. I think he's awesome.
100%.
Now,
Oliver Kapanen, by the way, leads all rookies in goals.
What?
wow.
Well, no, you'd be tied with
Seneca?
Schaefer.
Tied with Seneca and Schaefer. Actually.
Okay, yeah, because Seneca was leading for a bit.
Yeah, so they're all tied at 20. So he does lead. He's just in first with a tie. Flowers right there.
Yeah, Ben Kindle is fourth. Asterisk on that. Half of
Some
them are
idiots
against the
in
Leafs.
fifth. I don't know. Some idiot.
Fifth place, Fraser Minton, 14 goals, 15 assists.
Never heard of him.
And if we're talking about goals and Montreal Canadiens, Cole Caulfield since December 15th, second in the league in goals overall.
Bro.
And he was going to, by the way, had he scored last night, that would have been a career high for him. He's got 37 already.
That's so crazy.
There it is. The goals since December 15th. It's Kucherov with 21, Hyman at 20, Caulfield at 20 in second
there's
place.
another formula. That's good. That's good.
So Montreal,
That's
things
good.
are looking good.
What's he make? I bet it's too much.
What,
It's
Hyman?
like half of what he should be making. Cool.
You're focused on that part,
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Lots of things to be stoked about.
Hey, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. I want you to feel like
I agree.
that. I want you to take a deep breath and just breathe in, breathe out. And imagine, listen, you can't necessarily solve all your problems in therapy, but you can get a plan to solve them. And that's sort of the key. That's where the fear comes from, right? That's where you get the anxiety. It's like, I have a problem. I don't know how I'm going to solve it. BetterHelp can help with that. 30,000 credentialed therapists. You can get matched in 24 hours or less sometimes. And they've got a strict code of conduct, and everybody on the site are fully licensed in the United States, which is important too. They do the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. Short questionnaire helps you kind of figure out your preferences, and their 12 plus years of industry leading experience will match fulfill you and hopefully soul fulfill you as well.
Yes.
Important.
30,000 credentialed reporters is a lot for the press box.
Oh.
Can all the therapists go there? Is that where the credentials
yeah, sure,
work?
yeah. I think they kind of need it. Yeah. Maybe honestly, BetterHelp could probably just hang outside of a Leafs game.
Do the therapist credentials qualify them to sit as a reporter in the press box?
Yeah. Do you think MLSE would let smart people like that in covering the games? Though?
Probably not.
Probably
Hard questions.
I don't know. Your emotional well-being matters. Just ask Steve. Find support and feel lighter in therapy. Sign up. Get 10% off at BetterHelp.com/SDP. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/SDP. Hey, I'll just say this. The league is better when Montreal is good. And I had the conversation on the stream last night about, so it was funny because the Panthers have won a couple games, which may have taken them a little bit further out of contention, but this will change. I asked Canadiens fans, I'm like, listen, Toronto could be, well, they're going to, it looks like, going to have at least a shot at the first overall pick.
They'll have balls.
I said, here's the other thing.
Hey.
So will Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked Canadiens fans, I'm like, yo, which one would you rather have as the first overall pick? Would you rather have Florida or Toronto? And I thought they were being nice. They're like, no, Toronto. And then they told me the reasoning, and they're like, A, we don't need Florida to get better because we know they're going to be good next year. B, we know Toronto will fuck this up. And
they're right.
They're absolutely right. Although
that's dark.
Is it Mark Leach, the guy they hired from Dallas?
Something Leach.
He's the guy that found all the really great Dallas players, Hintz and Stankoven and
a lot of depth
guys.
Not depth guys, like late in the draft guys.
Yeah. So pumped to have him on board.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got me thinking. This is my train of thought. This is how my brain works. We talked about Doug Armstrong coming to Toronto, potentially. He's from Sarnia. Grew up a Leaf fan. I've heard from several people that this was always going to happen.
Is he from Sarnia?
He's from Sarnia.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. If I were running the Toronto Maple Leafs, this was for me, I have heard that Jim Nill's contract's up.
That's the one.
And Mr. Leach worked under Mr. Nill. Mm-hmm. And I'd be sending him to every Dallas playoff game going, hey, Jim, you want to get some drinks? No reason. I miss Dallas.
That's a better solution.
Right? Sleeper sell this man.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, dude.
If I was the owner, but I'm not. Make me a billionaire.
If the Panthers get the first overall pick, I might cover baseball.
Shall we see? Let's do the official.
We should do this once a show.
These guys like this. All right.
We should do this once a show.
Let's do this.
What is it today?
This is the official March 11th Steve Dangle Podcast NHL Draft Lottery Simulator.
Can we make every one of these a social clip and just make it a running gag?
Sure.
All right.
Natty? People on the TikToks. Here we go. I'm going to click the button just once so we know it's an official result. And for anybody listening, these are the lottery ball orders based on the current standings as of March 11th for the SDP official.
Tell me about the balls.
NHL Draft Lottery Simulator.
Balls!
Thank you to tankathon.com. I think it's tankathon.com. You guys are awesome for this sim. Vancouver, Calgary, Chicago, New York Rangers, St. Louis Blues, Winnipeg, Toronto/Boston, New Jersey, Nashville, LA, Florida, Seattle, Washington, Philly, not Ottawa, Columbus. That's the bottom 16.
But Ottawa is still in the draw, but they will still forfeit.
It'll just be go away.
By the way, the Jets for losing last night, frig off.
Here we go. One click. Who gets the first overall pick? Vancouver comes out on top. So New Jersey moved up 6 slots to the number 2 pick in the draft. It goes Vancouver, Calgary drops 1, Chicago in 4th, they dropped 1, New York in 5th, they dropped 1, St. Louis in 6th, they dropped 1, Winnipeg in 7th, they dropped 1, and Toronto gives their pick to Boston at number 8. Those are the results.
And that's like based on today's standings. Mm-hmm. That's actually a good scenario.
Yes. Here's the 8th pick, Boston.
Oh my Lord!
I think that's fun.
Yeah. Do you think that's fun, Jesse?
Yes,
Do you think that's freaking fun?
I have a good time with this program we are on.
Me too. I would do this the rest of the day if you let me.
The Islanders moved up 10 spots last year.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
they went 10th to 1st, so it's always possible. Mm-hmm. And I think here's the thing: if the Leafs even didn't get, like, people are like, oh, it's got to be Keaton Fearhoff. No, it's got to be Gavin McKenna. Dude, if they get the 3rd overall pick, one thing I would ask.
Oh, yeah.
Let me throw this at you. Since we're on the draft conversation.
Sure.
We can't do this every show.
No.
But I do want to ask this. Do you trade the pick?
Are you out of your what?
Do you trade the pick, find the player that you need that's a little bit further along?
You're on drugs. Absolutely not.
You go get Robert Thomas.
For the first overall.
I said 3rd.
Third overall, still no.
No?
You're asking for a Curse of the Bambino situation.
All right.
Like, you're asking for that player to be the greatest NHLer ever.
Brad, quit picking at it. So I know I was saying do something. I've seen you do something. I've changed my mind. Do nothing. Stand there like a lost child at the mall until you're fired, because I don't trust you to do anything. That's enough. Please don't. Rule number 2.
Okay.
Stop getting fleeced in trades.
You can't do that.
Rule number 1, stop getting fleeced in trades in division.
You can't do those things.
Oh, you know what? Fraser Minton in division. Oh, it didn't work out. You know what? I'm going to trade Knies to the hat. Are you nuts? Are you nuts?
Well, we could just be the Atlantic Division's farm team.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Anyway.
The J streams did well, right?
They did.
All right. No reason.
All right. Hey, so I want to work our way around the National Hockey League last night, because every single division lead was affected last night.
Mm-hmm.
We had 10 games, and it starts in the Atlantic. Let me talk about the Atlantic for a second. Okay. Okay. Blue Jackets beat Tampa.
Ooh.
Tampa, who also lost to Buffalo, who beat the Sharks last night.
Tampa's falling.
Well, they've been injured, right?
Yes.
And Jesse's making a face. But let me tell you this: Detroit also lost to the Panthers second time in a week.
Oh boy!
And I just want to say that are the Buffalo Sabres going to run away with the Atlantic Division? Because they are now 4 points up. Now they have played 2 more games than Tampa,
sure,
but they're 4 points up on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Not an insignificant amount. Tampa is 4-6-0 in their last 10. Buffalo, I think they've been 8-1-1 since Kevin Adams was fired.
They were like 11-14 and something when they fired Kevin Adams.
Yeah. And then ever since then, and they were on a 3-game winning streak when they fired him.
Right.
They've been, every time I look at the L10 on NHL.com, it's 8-1-1, 8-1-1, 9-0-1, 8-1-1. They don't lose.
Since December 1st, they're 38-2.
Get lost.
Yeah. Best team in the National Hockey.
They might actually never lose a game.
No, they're unbelievable.
16 in a cup.
Just a clean sweep of the Eastern
No
Conference.
playoffs forever, and then just sweep 4 times.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Last night, I think it was the Jack Quinn arrival game. Like, he's been struggling to convert his shooting, the amount of shots he's been getting into goals. Like, his shooting percentage is a career low, and it's not really indicative, the results he's getting, in how good he's been this season.
Well, what's his plus minus, Jesse?
And finally, he gets a game where he has a hat trick and everything's going in for him. And it's just been kind of churning along, and it's eventually, this thing's going to actually work out because all of the advanced numbers say it should. And last night was a game where it all just came together.
Oh, that's what we fucking need. Another one of these.
He's like the opposite of what the Sabres season has been. Like, he's the one evening it all out. He's getting all these shots and they're not going in.
He's the one not on the PDO bender.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But now he's in on it too. So,
well,
look the hell up.
The Athletic had this one. He had the 3rd most scoring chances on the Sabres at 5-on-5 this season. But they're just not falling for him.
Wow.
So the entire league should be worried, if you're not rooting for the Sabres, that he just goes on fire here for the rest of the season. It's so crazy the amount of depth they have.
Yes.
Because everything that they've been stockpiling for the last dozen years has finally come to fruition, and these guys are delivering.
Yeah, and it's kind of annoying, but also great. I mean, listen, I'm saying it's annoying because it's not the least. It's actually awesome. I also want to mention there that Josh Stone has played as many games as the guy he was traded for. Remember, he was the guy thrown into the trade for JJ Peterka. He has 44 points. JJ Peterka has 39.
Dude.
Kevin Adams is going to work in the NHL again. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be a pro scout, at least. Maybe an AGM.
Yeah, but lots of guys get pro scouting jobs. I'd be curious if he got a front office job.
I think he might be an AGM. He might be an AGM.
Maybe that's what he ought to do.
Do you guys want to
Maybe that's what he ought to be.
play a guessing game on the expected goals for the Quinn, Zucker, McLeod line against the San Jose Sharks?
80%.
Adam, what's your guess?
I think you went really high.
80% is absurdly high.
I'm going to say like 57%.
At 5-on-5 last night, They had a 95% expected.
Sorry?
goal.
Holy shit.
What?
Yeah. That's on Natural Stat Trick.
I thought you were being goofy.
I was kind of.
Wow.
Apparently, I wasn't being a silly enough goose. Ruffled my feathers.
It's something special. Like it's they talked about the depth afterwards. Lindy Ruff, who should be in contention for the Jack Adams.
Yeah, dude.
In consideration with how things have gone.
He was
What a
gonna
psychotic
retire.
sentence.
He was going to retire.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
2026 Lindy Ruff Jack Adams conversation. That's crazy. And no Sabres fan called that shit.
Neither did Devils fans.
The one thing I got to give Sabres fans credit for is none of them are rubbing anyone's noses in it. They're like, we all thought they were bad too.
Yeah, isn't this great? That's what
Yeah,
they're just, this is great.
Isn't this great? Which is the correct reaction.
Yeah.
So they've unlocked something with that second line, and now they're delivering on the advanced numbers that they have. And then the first line has been rolling consistently. That Tage line, he's been putting up enough goals for them. And then now the third line looks really good with Doan and Norris. And then the bottom line, where you have Malenstein getting into everything, and same with Sam Carrick now to do all the heavy lifting and fighting. They have four lines that are just so solid. I don't know who's stopping them.
And there's something to be said about like not abandoning ship on every move that you make that's not necessarily a smash success. Peyton Krebs was a really disappointing part of the Jack Eichel trade. All the way up until now, and now he's on the friggin' top line with Tage Thompson and Alex Tuck.
I wonder, by the way, with Tuck, I mean, first, somebody asked me last night, like, do you think he makes it to free agency? I'm like, he's from Buffalo or Western New York. He's going to leave now?
No.
But with the Schmaltz deal, Alex Tuck is going to make some money.
Yeah. You worry about how much of an overpay you might need to pay him just based on the performance.
Beck Malenstein was acquired straight up for a second round pick with a career high of 6 goals and 21 points. What on earth? Now,
where's he drafted?
I should mention he still only has 6 goals and 10 points this season, but he's a useful part. He was drafted 5th round, 145th in 2016 by Washington.
Wow.
And second round pick that turned into, for Washington, Cole Hudson.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Who's lighting it up?
Washington should still feel very good about it.
Yeah, I thought they'd be a lot better. Oh, Maddie, go ahead.
Have the Sabres ever made the playoffs?
Like ever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They made them?
Wow. Okay. No. I like that you asked that.
A new organization.
How old are you?
25.
That's a legitimate question for a 25-year-old.
Yeah, they haven't made the playoffs since Maddie was 10. Well, 11.
Maddie, they were electric when you were a little kid. Like,
Actually,
they were absolutely
by electric, he means terribly fucking boring. Smothering.
No.
Mike Pekka bullshit.
No, that was before she was born.
Oh, that's true.
That was
I know, you're right.
Before you were born, they were a boring... dude, it was like Pekka...
Jason...
Brian Holzinger...
Jason Woolley.
Jochen Hecht. They were all these shutdown guys, Alexei Zhitnik, and Dominik Hasek, the best goalie of all time.
Yeah. Then it was...
Then I don't remember the early 2000s that well, but mid 2000s, Drury and Briere were absolutely...
I got a name.
Fuego.
Maxim Afinogenov.
Maxim Afinogenov. Yes, they were so fun. Thomas Vanek for a time.
He was great. Ryan Miller.
Absolutely unreal. Ryan Miller.
Yeah.
There were a couple completely different eras of Sabres hockey that were why I hated them growing up.
And I hated both eras, Maddie, just so you know. I got to keep going, though.
You weren't alive. She was alive for Foot in the Crease?
What?
No, I don't think so.
2000.
No,
yeah, that was 99.
99.
They were in the Stanley Cup final once against Dallas, and there was a controversial call there.
Oh,
Dallas
okay.
beat
So they never won a cup.
No
Okay.
cups.
No, that's still true. But no, they went to the final, a bunch of final fours.
Yeah, last thing, shout out Logan Stanley, who got into the game and immediately had a fighting major.
Two.
Played 15
big boys.
minutes on that third pair.
Yeah.
I want to talk though the Detroit angle on this Atlantic Division, because with that loss last night and Montreal's win, Montreal has played 2 less games than Detroit, and they're now up on them. And so Detroit have sunk to a wild card position. And the Columbus Blue Jackets are nipping at the wild card's heel.
They're in a bit of trouble here.
Because the Islanders and Penguins both won. We'll talk about the Metro in a second. Or did the Penguins lose? The Penguins lost, but the Islanders, no, Penguins, yeah, it doesn't matter. Islanders won. My point is Detroit and Boston had better be careful because the Columbus Blue Jackets are 6-3-1 in their last 10. They're on fire. They continue to win. And the Bruins, have been quite the story this year, really. The fact that they had the trade deadline they had last year and they're looking stronger this year, but they are still a fringe playoff team. Detroit missed the playoffs, I think it was 2 years ago, by a point.
Here,
Cannot let that happen again.
Let me give you a hot take. There's 2 safe Eastern teams, I think. 2.
Buffalo, Carolina.
Buffalo and Carolina. I'm lumping Tampa into unsafe. And the reason I'm doing that is, dude, they've been awful.
Yeah, but they've been hurt.
Well, so what?
Yeah.
Like the games keep coming. Detroit's hurt too. Tampa's probably going to be fine. Montreal,
I think you can guarantee Tampa.
I think you can guarantee.
It's very, very likely.
Here's the thing. If you're going to put Tampa in there, who takes their spot if they're not going to be fine?
Yeah, it's kind of impossible to see like Ottawa jumping all the way up with getting that and knocking them all the way down. I think safe just throw in Buffalo, Tampa, Carolina.
Okay, I'll settle on 3.
Buffalo.
I'll settle on 3. Montreal only has 80 points.
Oh, you mean safe. Sorry, never mind.
Montreal only has 80 points. Pittsburgh 79, Islanders 79, Detroit 79, Boston 78, Columbus 76. It is entirely possible Columbus gets like home ice advantage in the first round if they keep playing like this. And they're not even currently in a playoff spot on March 11th.
Yep. And in the Metro, the Islanders won an absolute classic. At one point, they were out shooting St. Louis 28-11.
Of course.
And they were losing 3-0.
Wow.
And it's Braden Schen's game. First game back against St. Louis, right? He got emotional going to the rink. And look at that. They win it in overtime. And why does that matter with the Atlantic picture? Well, because they are at 79 points and they're tied with the Penguins who lost in overtime.
Metro picture.
The Hurricanes won, even though the Pens came back. So the Pens got a point back. So the Islanders and Pens are now tied at 79 points. Detroit's got 79 points. Boston's got 78. Columbus 76. And the hard-charging Senators at 73. That's going to be a tough gap.
It's a complete mess down there.
It's remember, we were talking a week ago, guys, about if you fall out of the top 3 in the Metro, you fall out of the playoffs. That's not the case anymore.
No. It's really exciting down there. Now, there's really only 2 teams nipping at it. Mm-hmm. It's Columbus and Ottawa. I know Washington's only 2 points back of Ottawa, but they've also played 2 more games. They're kind of cooked. But the Sens friggin' 7-1-2. That's points in 9 straight. Points in 9 of 10.
And they're starting to get goaltending. They were always a good team. There's the goaltending. Now, Braden Schenn, by the way, assisted on the overtime winner for the Islanders last night.
Naturally.
I think that was beautiful.
I worry about the Red Wings without Larkin. If he's out for an extended period of time here, I think they might be exposed with how little depth they have in the forward group and how important he is to it. So I worry about them winning a bunch of games.
They for the last few years have actually sort of been respectable and in the mix. Without him, they're nothing. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be good, but he's too vital to that team. They need him.
I want him to play some playoff games, man.
Oh yeah, that whole team, building.
He hasn't played one, right?
I think he played one in his first year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Way back when.
It was like Larkin and Tatar came out of nowhere and everybody's like, wow, these guys are great.
Whoa.
I know they beat the Devils on Saturday.
Yeah.
They shut them out. But that's the Devils. You can beat them without Larkin.
Yeah.
When you're getting down to you're playing other playoff teams and you're really chasing that spot. I think about games against Ottawa. If you got them coming down the break, they're going to be playing really hard and trying to get that spot. And they need their captain in there. You can't be putting so much pressure on a guy like a Lucas Raymond, to carry the load for them offensively.
4-5-1 for Detroit in their last 10, 5-2-3 for Boston in their last 10. They're coming because you got 6-1-3 Columbus behind you and 7-1-2 Ottawa behind you. Look out, man. This is going to be a friggin' photo finish in the East.
Nick Ehlers had to be helped off the ice in the Penguins game last night. I haven't seen any updates on him in terms of injury.
Looked extremely bad.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it's not. That's all I can say. Now, in the Pacific, because every division Every division lead was affected a little bit last night. This is what's so crazy about the games right now. The Ducks won again. So let's just get that out of the way. The mother effing Anaheim Ducks.
You've never been more right.
I've never been so rock star right on this. And by the way, they only have 75 points.
Crazy.
They would not qualify for a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference at all. They're leading their division.
Wow.
That means Edmonton, Vegas, Anaheim, none of you would make the playoffs if it was solely based on points, but it isn't. The hilarious other thing is that in the Central Division, it's 95, 90, and 87. So you couldn't have two more polar opposite divisions. But the Oilers beat Colorado last night, which is a game I think they desperately needed.
And very controversial as well.
Tell me.
Very controversial as well. So Nathan MacKinnon, you don't see this very often, got 5 and a match penalty. He got kicked out of the game for goalie interference on Connor Ingram. Busted him open at the forehead, which I've never seen happen to a goalie wearing a mask. And because it's a 5-minute major, you're allowed to review it. I'm pretty surprised it stood.
Yeah, me too.
I got to be honest. Now, I like goalies being protected. Look at this. Nurse is falling into McKinnon's hip. There's nothing Nathan MacKinnon can do in this situation to avoid Connor Ingram.
No,
nothing.
there isn't.
There's nothing he can do. You can argue, his plan seemed pretty simple. Why is he running over this goalie? What is the purpose? He's going to buzz the crease for sure, but he's going to try to get around him. I think the reason he collides with Connor Ingram is because of Darnell Nurse, and I'm shocked that after review, this stood as a match penalty, which is a massive swing in the game. With Nathan MacKinnon still in this game, do the Oilers win? We'll never know. What is that on the ice? Is
blood.
That, holy
Ingram.
shit.
Yeah, I wanted to show that.
Ugh. It's a gruesome. I saw a really funny meme. It's like, why was MacKinnon kicked out of the game? And then it's like Connor Ingram on the ice, and it's just a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin busted open at the forehead.
This is the controversy because you can clearly see him trying to cut across the front of the crease.
He's angling away.
And he gets bumped in the back by Darnell.
There's nothing he can do.
And it's very clear what happens here. And I'm shocked that they made it a 5 in a game.
So we haven't gotten the news yet today. I would imagine they rescind the match penalty.
Does it
matter?
But they lost the game.
No, it doesn't matter to the outcome of the game, but it matters. I want to say it matters. Well, because Rantanen
if you got
back-to-back match penalties and then was subject to a suspension.
Yeah. And to me, if I'm an Avs fan or if I'm Bednar, I don't care. McKinnon's
Bednar said that. He said, well, I don't care about their goalie.
Yeah, we can play the Bednar clips too because they're really good. But the game that mattered was the one that was played last night, and you kicked out the best player on our team for really a missed call that you reviewed.
I don't understand. I'd love to know the explanation. Is it that he buzzed too close before? Nurse is entitled to his ice, but he also fell. Accidents do happen, even if they're shitty. But I don't know. I just saw that as an accident. There's nothing MacKinnon could have done. It's
funny how we always get responses from the referees when they talk to us post-game. Because that's a thing they're obligated to do. That's a good
Look at how clear his picture is.
Here's
Jesus, is Jared Bednar hosting the stream?
Here's Bednar after the game talking about the hit there. This is from Gorilla Sports, who is sponsored by Johnson Auto Plaza. Good for them.
Let's throw it to Captain Coach Salad.
Here we go.
Yeah, first thing I looked at, for me, I look at the overhead. He makes the play on the puck, and I got his toes cutting up ice, probably through the top of the paint, and Ingram's on the goal line. I don't think there's a chance. There's no chance that he hits the goalie if Nurse doesn't run into him. He's not hitting the goalie. So to me, I look at that, and it's I check the overhead first. He's going to go where his toes are pointed, and they're going through the top of the crease with Ingram in the bottom of the crease until Nurse makes contact with him, and that's what causes a collision. So to me, that's I'm looking at that right away. I don't care if he's injured, not injured. It's a severe crash, not a severe crash. It's not a penalty. if you put guys in your own goalie, it's not a penalty. That's the way I see it.
I think he's right.
Yeah, he is.
Do I hear a little more?
Did you get any sort of explanation from the officiating about the technique?
No. Well, not a good one. The goalie's hurt, so it's 5. Again, I really don't give a crap if the goalie's hurt. That's on their D-man, not on our guy.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
He's
Johnson, Auto Plaza.
He's not totally wrong. Dude, no one wants to make the playoffs. The teams that are all fighting for it, the Oilers, the Golden Knights, the Kraken, the Kings, the Sharks, the Preds, have all won 4 games or fewer in their final 10. The only team with 5 that's even sort of in the playoff picture is the Jets, and even that is generous. They're 5 points out.
Sorry, go.
No. I was just pointing out the picture down there. And by the way, follow up from last episode, I said Vegas is on a 95-point pace. Wrong, 91.
Yeah, because they lost
91 if you round up.
They lost to the Stars last night, and so it will be a battle of Edmonton Vegas might be a fun first round series if that ends up happening. Like the Ducks can legitimately win this. They might be the lowest point getting division winner in NHL history.
They have a -7 goal differential.
I know, it's crazy. But if Vegas and Edmonton play in the first round, I think that'll be a very interesting series.
Yes, because it's weird. The last time they played sucked. But I mean, they're 2 teams who don't care about the regular season, I don't think.
The Wild and Stars both won.
Of course.
The Avs lost. So the Wild and Stars caught up a little bit of ground on the Avs, but I don't think they're going to catch them. I think it's the Wild and Stars kept pace with each other. And I think that is really interesting.
Avs 5 points up on the Stars, but the Stars, or they have a game in hand on the Stars. The Wild of 87, and have played 65 games. They're not catching them.
Stars Wild is going to be a nutso series.
Nuts. They're playing for home ice right now. Pretty much,
Wow.
unless Colorado goes on an insane skid.
Jesse, one more thing I want to hit here. I got that highlighted thing. I just want to do a quick shout out to Charlie McAvoy's face.
Oh my God.
This guy has been hit in the face how many times?
Wear a cage. Wear a bubble.
He got it again last night. And remember, this guy, Charlie McAvoy, was a babyface when he came to the NHL.
Oh, most people are.
Yeah, but he was like you had that cherub look, right? Big cheeks and everything. Now I'm like, damn, Charlie, those cheeks are big for a different reason. It's because you keep getting hit in the face.
Look at that fotch.
Holy.
No.
He's just sticking his tongue through his lower teeth. When was the last time he had a solid meal? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's all power shakes, right?
It has to be. He's going to be so pissed off come playoff time. I don't want to play against Charlie McAvoy.
That's if they make it.
That is,
they might not.
I think it's Roman Reigns, the wrestler, who listen, that's a rough business.
Yep.
Things happen, accidents happen, guys get hurt. Things are going to happen in the ring that hurt. But the one thing, if I'm not mistaken, he said is, "Don't mess with my mouth.
Oh,
don't mess with the way I eat." Right?
Right.
Because that is going to make literally just life less enjoyable.
Shit.
I hurt my arm. I hurt my leg. I hurt this. I hurt that. At least I can go out and have a nice steak dinner. When do you think was Charlie McAvoy's last steak?
I can tell you his next one won't be till August.
Yeah.
It'll be a while. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, man. I'm losing my mind with my current state. I'd be completely losing my mind if I was Charlie McAvoy.
Family barbecues are going to be a challenge. Jesse, do we have time to do this American Baseball Manager, or are we out of time?
Sure.
So there was
could be a VIP.
It could be, but it's going to be out of date by the time it comes out.
Fair enough.
So yesterday, Team America, who thought that they were through, kind of duffed one versus Team Italy. They were partying very hard. They rested a bunch of starters, and they blew a game against Team Italy, who is packed with Italian Americans.
Of course.
And it's a massive win for Italian baseball.
Of course.
But the manager said several times that they were already through. And
oops.
And what's funny is now it's turning into potentially, if things don't go their way today, they could be eliminated.
Dude, stop overestimating sports people. Respectfully. Team North America in the World Cup of Hockey in 2016, part of the reason their celebration after beating Sweden was so huge is they thought they advanced. It was the last moment of their tournament. They were eliminated. They were wrong.
Yeah.
And now here we go with Team USA, and it's two options. They were arrogant enough to think they were going to stomp the Italians, or they were just straight up wrong. I'm not sure which is worse.
He said he didn't read the rules. He thought they were through.
Oh, well, that's worse. What do you mean you didn't read the rules? You didn't read the rules? What? Of the sport?
Didn't properly read the rules.
Of the sport.
Of the sport.
Okay.
So, Jess.
Well, I can see how you wouldn't have time to do.
Can we play this clip?
Job.
Can we? I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what has to happen.
I think there's footage in it, right?
Oh, maybe.
Okay. It's here's what the Athletic said today. The greatest U.S. team ever assembled in baseball will avoid elimination in the World Baseball Classic only if Italy beats Mexico on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Again, let me repeat that. Italy has to beat Mexico. Italy has to beat Mexico. Mexico's very good at baseball.
I was about to say, is Mexico through? Because like they could just throw that game.
Or if Mexico scores 5 or more runs, which in baseball, totally doable.
Oh my God.
So Mexico can lose.
Italy gave up 6 in a game they won.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Are they screwed?
They could be. It could be one of the greatest cell phones in history. By the way, I do want to shout out the Italian team who have an espresso bar in their dugout.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome. They must have been jacked after that game.
And then, so here's what I had today. We had Bryce Harper was on saying, yeah, like no disrespect to this tournament, but everybody's paying, we hope we're in for the Olympics. That's the one that really matters. And I'm like, okay.
But like you're there now.
But you could just win this one too.
Yeah.
So there's that. And there was also a couple of American players who were taking pot shots at Canada before the tournament started because they were like, well, we beat them in hockey and we're going to beat them in baseball too.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, less of a known, I think.
Sure.
Canada's significantly less good than the States in baseball, but
yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah.
As the the most educated baseball person among us, I know the World Baseball Classic is really not taken as seriously as like a World Cup is, but they're working to make it that way. And I know other countries take it that seriously.
Yes, and it's really gaining traction this year. The numbers, TV ratings are up over the last World Baseball Classic, and people are really starting to get interested in it. And this storyline has only pushed that. And now there's like a moment that people are looking for, and it's like, oh, America could be out in the group stage. So it's good for the World Baseball Classic that they've been gaining some traction here. It's really cool for the sport. And just to round out the story and fill in some details, Mark DeRosa, the manager for the American team, he is not a full-time manager. He managed the team back at the last World Baseball Classic, and he's a commentator on the MLB Network. That's his full-time gig. He's actually an ex-Blue Jay. Played in the league for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Played for the Blue Jays. At the end of his career, before he retired, he played a season for the Blue Jays, which is funny. So because he's an MLB Network guy, and that's his full-time gig, he's also the voice on MLB The Show. I don't know if he still is. I played the game last season, but yeah, he was the voice for a long time too. So anyways, because he's an MLB Network guy, he went on the network to do a hit for them. And this was before the game yesterday against Italy. And he says, we're taking this game very seriously despite clinching our spot in the elimination round. So he says that explicitly. And that's how people know that they did not know that they had the spot locked up in the playoff round. They thought they had clinched after their last win, but he went on there and he said, we clinched. We're going to take this game very seriously against Italy.
So it's not arrogance. They just straight up didn't know.
He is just not doing the numbers.
Man.
He's not paying attention. He's unaware of what's going on.
That looks horrible on him as a manager. It looks worse on him as an analyst.
Yes. It's huge if you're the American baseball program. You're like, how could we ever trust this man to do anything?
Like, what if you get on TV as an analyst and you're like, well, Team USA's through.
Yeah, and so because they thought after their previous game before Italy that they had clinched a spot in the elimination round, they went out and partied that night. And he confirmed that in his press conference. And we can play this one because this is just from a cell phone. Somebody was recording. And he said that some guys were dragging their asses today because they had celebrated making the elimination round. Here's what he said.
Just their reactions to it, you can tell they miss it or they're striving, they're dying for it. So listen, the iPhone changed the world. Right. Bottom line, we played in a different generation where we could do and say things that wasn't going to get out. I just feel like these guys are under such more of a microscope that they go back to their hotel rooms and kind of, Bobby can attest, they're probably playing video games and hanging out, but we don't get to see it. We played in a different time where we were staying in the clubhouses till wee hours of the morning, just having a few beers and talking the game. So that has been the most enjoyable part of this for us, just kind of bringing the entire group together. I mean, that not only that ended up on the bus, that ended up back at the hotel. There's some guys dragging today.
So that whole thing is him talking about them finishing last game and partying so hard all the time. And some of it, you could see footage of them, because that's what he's talking about, the iPhone stuff, because people recorded the team like partying after their victory because they thought they had won their group and moved on to the next stage. And this whole time, this is all happening before the Italy game. So he's doing all these hits and all these conferences about how happy they are to move on. And this whole time, nobody in the organization's like, hey, Mark, you can still be eliminated and you need to put up some runs against Italy or win the game and get some luck against Mexico in the Mexico game if you don't win this game to advance to the next round.
Confidence is so important because he said that like it was fact. And that's why no one in the room, did anyone in the room go, hey, you're not through?
No.
Right.
Nobody's been tapping them on the shoulder.
Know something
If I was in that room, if I was in that room as a reporter, I would have been like, oh, my math is wrong.
I would have assumed that. I would have
thought I'm the idiot.
I would have been on my phone right away. But
yeah.
Oh my God, that's so humiliating.
In the Italy game, they end up sitting a lot of the guys for a large majority of the game that would have played if they knew that something was on the line.
It wasn't even their best.
No, they don't play their guys. The guys who are out there are clearly making errors that they shouldn't be making because they're probably a little hungover. As he said, they're dragging their asses around and they end up losing that game and now they can be eliminated. And to add to the controversy, sorry, there's a lot of layers.
No, this is so great.
Add to the controversy, one, he admits that there was a miscalculation, he calls it, in his post-game presser in the Italy when somebody's like, hey, did you actually know that you were not through? He's like, there was a miscalculation.
Bless that question.
The answer's
and
no.
I brought that up. And get this, MLB Network deleted the interview and the hit that he did pre-game or pre-Italy game when he says, oh yeah, we're through the next round.
That's so lame.
And so it was up on their YouTube channel. You now can't go to that video. It's when you go click the links that were posted,
lame.
You can't find it. And it's on Facebook. And that Facebook video has been edited. That question's edited out of the video. And they are protecting their employee, Mark DeRosa,
but it's anti-journalism.
Who works at the MLB Network, but they are doing a discredit to everybody in their audience, everybody in journalism, by deleting this footage.
I think
so. That's the newest controversy.
Man, if that was my network, I'd be like, we're leaning into this. Like, yeah, he looks like a dummy. Wait till he gets back to the network and we throw him on some panels. We're going to be playing that clip forever.
Sorry, pal.
That's how you play it.
Hey, man,
like,
do you have a sense of humor about this? Well, you better get one.
Yeah.
Because we're making fun of you.
If you don't have a sense of humor, then you probably shouldn't be on the air.
No, Adam and Jesse would take it easy on me.
No, honestly, like I hope we get to the point where something like that happens. That'd be hilarious.
You guys would the show would start with you just beating me with pool noodles. You stupid idiot. Oh my God.
Anyway, I love too that he's like, yeah, now they all go back to the room and play, but we've been doing suds and buds, you know? And we fried it out with it. We got on the bus and we dragged just a little bit. It's like, there is a generation of guys where it's like that's my holy fucking grail. Just beers with the boys.
They'll
could be the move.
That's their peak of life.
I love beers with the boys occasionally. But
beers with the boys?
It's
pretty
great.
We're not knocking beers with the boys.
No? Nope. I want it.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah.
Am I doing beers with the boys before a show?
Yeah.
No.
Can I read you, just to wrap this thing up, can I read you the Athletics article on this conspiracy and their cover-up, MLB Networks? Because I thought they did a great job on it. They said, you know that expression, the cover-up is worse than the crime? In the case of co-conspirators, Team USA manager Mark DeRosa and MLB Network, it's hard to say who looked worse, though only one of their flubs could spell an almost unfathomable early exit for a stacked American team in the World Baseball Classic. DeRosa, whose main job is as a talk show host on MLB Network, went on television Tuesday afternoon with a few buddies and erroneously said Team USA had already locked up a spot in the WBC quarterfinals. No one on the show, which was hosted by Harold Reynolds, who we don't like because of his lack of knowledge of Toronto.
He thought Ontario was Lake Ontario was an ocean.
Talk about the turf again.
Harold, and then there's the lovely ocean on the coastline of I'm like, Jesus, dude, you flew over that.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Have you ever looked at a map in your life ever? No? Okay, all right, fine.
Harold Reynolds and Matt Verskasian publicly publicly corrected him at any point. It appeared no one did privately either. DeRosa ran out a B lineup Tuesday night and managed pitching like it was a game that didn't matter for Team USA, except it did, and they ended up losing 8-6. And despite DeRosa's comments on MLB Network, which were removed from the league's website at some point, Team USA's quarterfinal ticket isn't punched.
Can I give my opinion here? This is 100 times worse.
Yes.
This is significantly worse. DeRosa, listen, that's an unacceptable mistake.
Yep.
But it's a mistake. He made a mistake. That's a human thing to do. This is an intentional decision I'm not going to talk about it like it's something serious, like it's baseball, but they're covering it up.
Yeah. There are bigger cover-ups happening right now with governments right now.
Yes.
But
they're literally altering the truth.
Yes. This is sports serious. Like, it's at the end of the day in society, it's not even that serious.
Which is lying, by the way.
But
that's what they used to call altering the truth. Lying.
This is the league own network covering up for one of their employees. And it's crazy.
This is why John Boy has a job. John Boy has a job, because you guys keep fucking up.
And he's now associated with the MLB, and he's still doing it.
And he did a video on it, didn't he?
He did.
He did a video on it, didn't he? Good for him.
We don't all have the video via Twitter where it's still being shared and posted, and it's on TikTok, and people are re-uploading it to YouTube. Like, the video is out there. You deleting it is only going to bring more attention to it.
What happens if Team USA gets eliminated and no one understands why? Wait, he said they're through. There's no video evidence of him being like, oh, never mind, I was wrong.
Yeah.
And now they're just out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, very fun story.
I think that you've got a...
they still could win the whole thing.
You also understand now the value of producers who look all this shit up for you before you go on the air. At least in the MLB Network, they would.
Well, he's just talking as like the manager.
I know, but
I'm on the other side. I'm just talking to you as the manager of the team, where I like my guys to go party after wins.
Yeah, suds with
none
the
of this. Managers, the players,
no one looked it up. Like the scenarios.
Nope. Why would you? I know.
Jeez.
What proof do you have? Well, me. That isn't. By the way, I can't make too much fun. I'd probably make that mistake. Not good with details, so.
It's funny.
It's pretty
really
damn funny. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Don't forget, we got VIP on Friday morning. Chris Johnson show tomorrow. Lots going on. Anything else? Did I forget anything?
I don't know, but it's okay. If you get it wrong, we'll just delete it from the show.
We'll take it out.
Fair.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.